Hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week, and we are very happy to welcome you to our show titled Speak of Africa. We have a whole lot of news for you today. So much is happening in Africa, and we are going to share this news with you. We've told you before that we have a website called theafricannation.com. We publish a lot of news on Africa on this website. Then we also have afrizi.com, where we also publish a lot of information. Afrizi.com is just like a Facebook clone. We told you before that it is very, very important for Africans to start moving away from Facebook. Come to your own channel. Come to your own social medium, which is afrizi.com. Here you can make friends and share information with other Africans. Once again, we are reminding you to come to afrizi.com. Don't wait until Facebook bans you, then you start worrying about leaving Facebook. Now it's time for you to leave Facebook and come to afrizi.com. Many Africans are already joining us in this platform called afrizi.com, and we are asking you to also join. It has also come to our attention that some of you are complaining that you've not been receiving our new videos. We thought when you subscribe to our channel, you'll be getting the videos easily. But some of you continue complaining that you are not getting these videos. If you subscribed before and you're missing the show, please don't worry about missing the show. Just go to YouTube every week. We try to upload a new video on this website almost weekly. In fact, every Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, we try to come up with a new video which talks about what is happening in the motherland. Okay? So either Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, that's the best time to check if we have a new video. When we have a new video, you'll be able to download it. And that's what we're telling you, because it has come to our attention that so many of you who had subscribed before are surprised that they are not getting the show. So just go to the YouTube and get this show every week. Then don't forget to go to theafricannation.com. Then, of course, I cannot emphasize enough, go to afrizi.com. We want to welcome you to afrizi.com. So go there and share your information. Invite many of your friends to also go to afrizi.com. This week, we're going to be talking more about issues of insecurity in Africa. Why is insecurity rife in Africa? We've been harping on this theme so many times. Okay? We've been telling you that insecurity is happening in Africa because of the politics of exclusion. What we do when we gain power in Africa, we try to exclude other Africans from participating in the political process. And that's exactly what has been happening in La République du Cameroon today. Beware the Ides of March. That's what William Shakespeare used to tell us in the play called Julius Caesar, right? Beware the Ides of March. What is going to happen? Is something bad going to happen? Well, March 12th is the day of senatorial elections in La République du Cameroon. Interestingly, the Biya regime has decided to use the senatorial elections as a pretext to unseat the SDF as a party in the northwest area. They made a decided decision to take the SDF out. When you look at the results of the senatorial elections, the SDF was routed out completely. The SDF won very, very few seats. How can this be possible in the northwest? If you ask me, between CPDM and SDF, which party would most of the people in the northwest choose? CPDM? That's a lie. But that's the result. That the Biya regime, of course, they always rig every election, you know that. And with the senatorial elections, they tell us that out of 100 seats, Mr. Biya himself has to appoint at least 30 senators. But that's not enough. He appoints even the other 70. So how can this election be fair? No. Then you ask yourself, why do Mr. Biya and his people continue organizing elections? Because they want to fool the public that there is democracy. When actually, you and I know that there's no democracy in La République du Cameroon. It's a dictatorship. It's not even a mild dictatorship. It's a mafia dictatorship. And you can see what is happening. It looks like the election also marks the coming to an end of a demonic regime organized by Mr. Paul Biya. That's what is happening. So many bad things are happening. The way Jesus Christ says it in the New Testament, when the end is near, a lot of bad things will be happening. And that's what is happening in the Republic of Cameroon. Today you hear, oh, a priest has just been killed. Why are they killing priests? They are killing priests because the priests are symbols of moral authority in a decaying nation. The nation is decaying, and they don't want people who want to clean their debt. They want people to just keep quiet. So even though you are a priest, you open your mouth, they kill you too, just the way they have been doing with other citizens. So the fact that you wear the cassock does not provide any form of security. Mr. Bias Stocks will find you and kill you too. That's the message we want you to know. So when we look at the senatorial elections, all the newspapers, in fact, we spend so much time looking at the newspapers. The subject that is on the minds of so many Cameroonians, but nobody dares say anything about it, is the succession of Mr. Paul Biya. Who is going to succeed Mr. Paul Biya? This is what is on everybody's lips, but they are afraid to open it. They just keep their lips tight. They don't want to say it. Because if they say it, they'll be in trouble. Even those who are in a 2D, they don't want to say it because the evil of a 2D will kill them if they dare say anything about succession. So that's just what the senatorial election is all about. As we say, you see a lot of bad things happening. We have so many newspapers. We look at all of them, we look at all the headlines, but the story that also shows you the decay of this system is the picture of a naked, light-skinned lady walking the streets of Yaoundé naked. Take a look at the video. We like to censor stuff because we don't want to provoke. Children may be watching our show. But you look at this video, the lady is walking naked in plain sight. Why is she walking naked? Well, as you know, this is a country in which meritocracy doesn't really exist. If you are good in what you do, they don't allow you to do it. So they just choose people based on party affiliation. If you are a member of CPDM, you get a position. So people are always looking for ways to move ahead in this decaying nation. Even the women, they move around naked. Why? Because a witch doctor has told the lady that when you move around naked, you'll be able to enjoy some good fortune. You gain a form of promotion. Because if you are clean or you are a God-fearing person, you cannot move ahead in La République du Cameroon. So that's the message. When you see this lady walking the streets of Yaoundé naked, you look at her. She doesn't look like somebody who is really mad. No, she looks clean, fine. Lady, all the guys are telling me she's pretty, right? So why is she walking around naked? It's because they've told her that if you do this, you're going to gain a lot of favor from Satan. And this is what happens in the Devil's Republic. And more in Amazonia. What are we going to share with you? Well, the resurrection fighters are not sleeping. They are remembering their fallen heroes. And even Ayoktabe Julius, who is in Kondengi, he has been joined by Maxime Eko, the guy who arrested them from Nigeria, kidnapped them, and brought them to the dungeon in Yaoundé. So the two guys have met. So you see the way Kama plays himself out? Maxime Eko arrested these guys from Nigeria, and now he's joining Sissoko Ayoktabe in prison in Kondengi. So the two are meeting again. So we meet again. Do we know each other? Yes. You came and picked me up from Nigeria and you brought me to La République du Cameroon. People thought you killed me already, but I'm still alive. So that's what happens when you work for the devil. The devil eats even his own children. He doesn't spare them. So that's the sad thing with this regime. Eko thought he was untouchable, but look at what has befallen him. He too is suffering. But there's a bright side. When we look at the women of Amazonia, the refugees, we saw them, they were celebrating Women's Day. And we like this because we like to support women. we have so many pictures of the ladies celebrating Women's Day in Nigeria, and we're asking you to pay attention to this and let's celebrate with them. Women are always burying their dead in La République du Cameroon and in Amazonia. Worst of all, we are encouraging the women of Amazonia to stop crying. If you must die, do not die like sheep taken to the slaughterhouse, okay? Die honorably, fight back. And that's what some of the women are doing. They are heeding our call for resistance, 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 resistance. They are fighting back. They are fighting back the oppressor. And you can see the women, the Amazonia women, they are fighting back. And we think this is good because a lot of the Amazonian guys, they have decided to resist the senatorial election because it's a sham election. Near Jifenji, where is she? Disappearing act. So the election was just organized to unseat the SDF. The SDF has really lost its gleam of hope. But what is happening? CPDM is not popular either. So when you see CPDM carrying all the votes in the Northwest area, do you believe this? No, this is all fake. This is all rigged. This is all staged. Okay? And we say God would rescue us from this part of the world. So as it seems, the Amazonians will continue fighting, and we take you now to Canada.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Where we're seeing forms of immigrants who are abused and neglected. We were thinking that Tunisia was the only place where African migrants were tormented and treated badly, but it looks like in Canada too it's beginning to happen. We just read some stories in Canada. They remind us of what is happening in Tunisia. In Tunisia, it's even worse because we even saw 14 migrants who lost their lives because they drowned when the boat capsized. We've been singing on this show all the time. Please do not cross the Mediterranean. You're looking for your death. But it looks like our message just falls on deaf ears. Nobody is listening. Nobody is listening, so what are we going to do? Well, we'll continue losing our young people because they are not listening. Please stay in your country and try to do the best with what you have. Trying to cross the Mediterranean is not really a safe bet, okay? So we'll take you next to Congo DRC. Congo DRC has been having a whole lot of trouble, and we saw a lot of civilians who were really hurt because the rebels are still active. Even though a peace treaty was signed with the M23, the ADF, another rebel group, is still active. So there are so many rebel groups participating in violence in the eastern part of Congo. And we've explained why this violence is happening. So in Congo, this has nothing to do with jihadist activity, but it's a variation of the same violence. People are violent because they think the legitimate process of registering their discontent does not exist. So they resort to extra democratic means to express themselves. That's why this violence is happening. It is because of the politics of exclusion. So we're asking our leaders, the more you stop people from expressing themselves, the easier you make revolution possible. And that's what is really happening. In Ghana, we are told that Flintlock is organized by Americans, exercises. They are bringing African soldiers to try to train them on counter-jihadist approaches. But is this going to work? We've told you so many times that militarization is never going to work in this part of the world. We're just wasting our time fighting. We need to use the carrot. Why are people angry? We need to address the core issues why there is jihadist activity. You look at Nigeria, jihadist activity is rife with Boko Haram. Now Ghana is going to be dealing with the issue of pirates. Why are they pirates? Because the people realize that bad behavior is good business. It's a fertile ground for making money. If you cannot make money the legitimate way, you look for an illegal way to make money. So Ghana is staging some of these exercises sponsored by America, but we don't think this is something in the right direction. We condemn it, but the African leaders are the ones who are coerced by American authorities to participate in these exercises. By bringing soldiers, this is not going to make the place safer or more secure. It would instead create more insecurity in the region. So it would be like a boomerang. It will have a negative effect. That's what we can tell you. From Ghana now, we'll move to Nigeria. Nigeria has just completed the presidential elections. Bola Tinubu won. That's what INEC is saying. But Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar are really challenging these results. And most people don't really think Bola Tinubu won. Even though Buhari, the president, is siding with INEC. But you know who controls INEC? Buhari controls INEC. So even though Peter Obi and his guys are fighting, they're just fighting a losing battle. There's no way Buhari is going to overturn this result, so they better just look for something else to do. Or if they choose, they can bear arms and fight the government, because that's what's going to happen soon. A lot of these factions will realize that they cannot have a true and fair election in Nigeria, so they have to take the laws into their own hands. So most of them don't even believe that INEC did the right thing. They are suspecting that some kind of shady business took place and INEC chose Bola Tinubu. But what is Peter Obi going to do? What is Atiku going to do? Well, they will continue protesting, and we don't think this protest will go anywhere because Mr. Buhari controls the machinery of government, so they cannot really do anything. Mr. Buhari is the one who decides who should be president, and I think he has decided that Bola Tinubu should be president. He was very clever. He made it look as if he was not supporting any candidate, but he's supporting his party, the APC. And that's what we see happening in Nigeria. A great country with a lot of oil, a lot of other resources, great people, but they have bad leadership. In fact, I met a guy from Afghanistan a few days ago, and we're talking. He told me he has lived in Nigeria before he came to America. He liked the people of Nigeria, he saw what is happening, but he realized that the problem is the people need to organize to kick these bastards out, all these politicians who are stealing their wealth. The young people, they need to join people like Omoyele Sowore to kick all these politicians out of the country so that democracy can reign in Nigeria. Similarly, we take you to Senegal. Senegal is having a whole lot of issues. In addition to having issues in Casamance, now Ousmane Sonko is a thorn in the flesh of Macky Sall. Macky Sall has done all types of things. He has tried to imprison Ousmane Sonko. Since 2021, Ousmane Sonko has not been able to get out of the country. They have used all kinds of legal tricks to keep him in jail, but the guy is fighting back, and his supporters are fighting back. That's what Africans need. They need to fight back these dictators. Fight and defeat these dictators. That's what the young people are doing in Senegal, and we're hopeful that things would change, because change will come. It will not be quick, it will not be easy, but it will come. The people believe in change, and they are dreaming of a new day. That's what is happening now in Senegal.
Have you heard the latest healthcare news? There's been a medical programming breakthrough. Let's go to Ali and Ron for more.
Thanks, Seb. A Good Samaritan is offering Alexia HTC, a new EMR EHR, to doctors for free. Certainly, this free offer will shake things up in the medical software industry. Alexia HTC is a David, pitting itself against the Goliaths, Epic, Cerner, and Meditech, which are old and cost too much money. What happens if you figure out how to build a new EMR EHR on the web for pennies on the dollar? You give it away to the suffering physicians for free.
Want to learn more about how these two powerhouse solutions will help you win more business? Schedule a demo below. In just minutes, Alexia HTC can help you access a patient record, enter an order, write a note, prescribe a medication, generate a charge, and create a super bill. Plus, Alexia Care Corporation, the vendor of the new web application, offers full customer service and training support free of charge. Who can beat that?
Next, we take you to South Africa. South Africa too is having a whole lot of issues. The stock market is falling, the rand is falling. So the currency has a whole lot of issues. But South Africa is not even trying to focus on its economic problems. They are instead worrying about Palestine. This week, we understand that the Parliament of South Africa decided to downgrade their relationship with Israel. Israel has been looking for new friends in Africa, and South Africa has used the African Union, the former OAU, as a platform where they have to ban Israel and make sure that Israel doesn't participate. Well, we're not really supporting Israel, nor are we supporting the Palestinians, but we're just telling you that South Africa is supporting the Palestinians. When South Africa looks at the problems in Palestine, these problems remind them of their apartheid days. So they feel like they have to support the Palestinians because they have some common ties, historical ties, with Yasser Arafat. Yasser Arafat was a great leader of his people, so the Palestinians did a whole lot to help the South Africans. So the South Africans feel that now is the time to reciprocate, to also help the Palestinians. And that's what is really happening. They feel like apartheid is happening now in Palestine the way it used to happen in South Africa. Because they think the Jews have refused the people of Palestine their basic human rights, and they are fighting for this. So just like South Africa, you have a lot of other Arab countries that are making life difficult for Israel in Africa. Israel is struggling as much as possible to make friends with a lot of these African regimes. But the African regimes do not really want to make life easy for Israel. So they are really fighting and making life tough for Israel. So this is what is really happening. And Israel is really struggling to really make new friends. By making life tough for Israel, they will be pushing Israel to come to the table and negotiate with Palestinians so that eventually Palestinians will have their freedom. But we think that the problem in Palestine dates a whole long time. It predates even 1948. Some people look at it like it started in 1948 with the creation of the State of Israel, but it predates that date. So it's a long gone conclusion, and I don't think it can be solved in just a few days. So that's what is really happening with South Africa. To end the show, we're going to focus now on business initiatives. We are working on a lot of business initiatives, and we're encouraging a lot of our people to participate with us to realize some of these initiatives. We are working on building a healthcare clinic in Towson, Maryland. We have some partners who are working with, and we're telling you that if you're interested, you should also join us in this exercise. We are working to build an urgent care with some partners, so we're putting together a group. So if you want to participate, now is the time for you to call Prince Ojong. My cell phone number is 240-350-1131. In addition to the urgent care, we are also birthing a clinic in Silver Spring. But we want to start it more like a referral service, a nurse referral service, so that we can give jobs to our people who want to work as CNAs, LPNs, RNs, or even nurse practitioners. So if you have the ambition to excel in this healthcare field, call Prince Ojong 240-350-1131. So when you call, we'll be able to see how we can work with you. You can partner with us to make some of this stuff a reality. Because we like to create opportunity for our people. This channel is not just for news. We try to share information that can really help you to move ahead, especially the Africans who are living in the United States. We focus a lot on you because we know that if we help you, everything would happen and you would take your success to your country in Africa, which is why we focus a lot on Africans who are in the United States. For those who are abroad, do not feel like we don't think about you. What we're saying is we want to help your brothers, then your brothers can meet you and help you too. So that's just the way we look at the effect, the domino effect. We help your brothers who are in America, then they will take everything to you in your country. We say Burkina Faso, we're watching what is happening there. The Sahel region is rife with a lot of jihadist activity, but we'll still conclude the show by saying that to solve jihadist problem is not to bring the U.S. Africa Command to fight. France came and failed. America will also fail. The way to solve the issue with jihadists is to sit on the table and look for peaceful solutions. Let the people be involved, create meaningful dialogue, and this will help in the resolution of the problems. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.